might as well just get right to it. You feel what I'm saying?
Let's do it, man. Yo, so how you feeling, yo? How you feeling right now?
Man, you know, I got mixed emotions right now, man, to be real. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I always appreciate, you know, when I can link up with friends, family, and things like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, there's so much bullshit going on right now.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, it really makes you appreciate it, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the country is in a fucked up state, you know what I'm saying, to be clear.
The world is in a fucked up state. The world is in a fucked up world. That's what it is.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we obviously, we just got, you know, recent news of, you know, what just happened in Nice, France. You know, definitely terrible story. You know, basically, what, about 80 people killed.
Yeah, 80 plus.
Crazy. Well, I'm not gonna say crazy, whatever, but it's a crazy situation. Truck driver, you know, basically plowed through the crowd at, you know, one of the biggest festivals, annual festivals in France, man. And, you know, it's just like, the situation is so fresh, man, that, you know, I'll just say, like, you know, I may not fully have all the right words to say, you know what I mean, and, you know what I mean, and that's okay, you feel what I'm saying, but I just say, like, you know, any person with, you know, a conscience, any person with emotions, like, you know, it's natural for you to be affected by, you know, these situations that happen. So, you know, it's bottom line is, it's a messed up situation.
It's a messed up situation, exactly.
You know, I think everybody should just stay as woke as they possibly can. You know, pay attention to what's going on, but don't believe everything that you see and you hear.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean, just try to stay conscious and, you know, just try not to be afraid, man.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to stay conscious and we need to, you know, stay awoke. I feel like from every angle right now, because of like all the just the craziness going on with, I mean, we were prepared to talk about the police violence and the violence against police in America, the Black Lives, All Lives Matters movement, and just a lot of things that have been stirring up in the country. We were not prepared to talk about France because it just happened like not too much before we started recording this, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you know what I mean, like there's a lot of things out there that are distracting us from, like,
I mean, the situation just happened.
It did just happen. It
just happened. So it's like, you know, that's reality.
It's not that much information that we can even go on right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
They don't know too much. Nobody was there except for the people that are probably, you know, killed. There's other people that have been running around trying to escape and everything, but we don't know them personally.
Let me give my personal disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? I give my personal disclaimer, you know what I mean, as if I should even have to. You know, this is a podcast. I'm an artist. Rob, still, you're an artist.
I'm an artist.
We're artists. You know what I'm saying? We're people with voices. You know what I'm saying? We're people, we're regular people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're also artistic people. You know what I mean? So we speak from the perspective of regular people. We speak from the perspective of artists, creative people.
Creative,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? You know, we smart. Sometimes we're dumb. We don't know everything. You know what I mean? We're not the news, but we can give you some news. Hopefully we are able to inform you of some things. But this, you know, speaking for myself, this is an outlet for me to express myself.
Right.
And I'm not really trying to do this specifically for anybody. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like to
right.
connect with you.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? If I have people who are fans of me, then I want to give them some good content.
Yeah.
I do want to help, you know what I'm saying, people to think. I do want to entertain people. That's all cool. That's fine. But at the end of the day, we doing this for ourselves.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's the one thing.
True story.
You know what I'm saying? I do have some school experience in media. I do have some experience in journalism, mass media. So I do know some shit, most definitely. I'm not.
We never doubted you. We never doubted you.
Yeah. I'm just. This is my disclaimer.
Nah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
You know, I just put that out there because, you know, I'm not completely ignorant. I don't know it all, but I'm not completely ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just part of my disclaimer. But, you know, obviously what I was feeling, you know, because me and you haven't connected in a while, and one thing that I did want to touch on or talk about, you know, is just contribute to the conversation of what that was already going, and the conversation that was already started and that has been going here in America about the fucked up situation. Black people are dying in this country.
Right.
We're dying at the hands of police. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of injustice in this country, and you know what I'm saying? Majority, it is us blacks. You know what I'm saying? We're not the only people who have been getting killed by the hands of police, but you know what I'm saying? We're a large majority. So, you know, I wanted to touch on that because, you know, there's a lot going on in the media, you know what I'm saying, as far as on the topic. And, you know, it's an ongoing conversation, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully the conversation does keep going because I feel like that's what we should do.
Yeah,
you know
it needs
what I mean?
to happen.
There's a lot of ugly things going on. There's ugly shit going on in the country, outside of the country, and, you know, truth be told, we need to face it and have conversations. We need to be open as possible. Let's not be passive aggressive. Let's not be afraid. Let's not act like we can't talk. Let's not act like we can't have a conversation. None of us have to know it all, but the more we talk and generate some type of conversation, we can learn something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are very argumentative, and you know, people have their opinions, and I think like that's okay. We should be able to accept each other's differences. Just in these different, you know, points of views, because we don't really know what, like I said, nobody really knows what happened in these situations. We have some cell phone footage that gives us a pretty good insight on, you know, certain situations, like the guy in Minnesota that got killed. We all saw that. You know what I mean? It's all live on the internet.
I don't think I saw that.
It's real graphic, and it's probably not something you want to see, really, but it's like it's all over the internet. There's video footage of everything that goes down nowadays, and I think that's why a lot of this is coming to light.
I saw the Alton Sterling thing. I saw the Philando Castile video. I saw both of those, man. Like, you know, terrible things, man. I was watching CNN. I don't watch a lot of TV. You know what I'm saying? You know, most recently when I'm watching TV, it was, you know, I'm watching something on demand. I'm watching a series, you know what I'm saying? I'm in, I'm out, you know what I'm saying?
Just quick
you know,
information.
Little things, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, I watched a couple series recently, you know what I mean? I'm gonna check out, you know what I'm saying, Power, you know what I'm saying, when that comes on this week. It's supposed to come on Thursday. So, you know, I was tuned into that, you know what I mean? But, you know, a couple things. But, yeah, I was obviously in this time right now, I was looking at CNN. That's the thing I was mostly seeing. And, you know, even, you know, down to the situation, you know, of course, what happened in Dallas, you know, with the police getting sniped at the protest. I was pretty much watching that as it was going down, and it was,
they had a lot of live footage and everything.
It was bugged out, man.
It's like, to me, it's like we don't really know what's happening though. Again, like we're just being fed things from CNN and maybe Fox News. I've been watching a little bit of MSN.com. Honestly, a lot of my information that I get is off of like YouTube videos, people doing real research, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of information, a lot of dots being connected that they're not really talking about on these mainstream, quote-unquote, propaganda news outlets, you know what I'm saying? There's good information, but there's not 100%, like, you know, they have an agenda behind what they're doing. For example, I was watching a video today about Hillary Clinton. There was a news reporter, this was on CNN, there was a news reporter that was going in on how Hillary Clinton is corrupt. She started talking about this, saying that she's a liar and kind of proving it through past, you know, information that she had of Hillary. As soon as she started saying that, they cut her off. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that type of information being put out there because, you know, CNN is a corporate.
What was she talking about?
She was talking about Hillary Clinton just calling her a liar and that she's not like a good candidate. The reporter was. As soon as she started saying it was like kind of like a correspondence reporter. She was off. She wasn't in the newsroom. She was off somewhere talking to the camera or whatever.
Okay.
As soon as she did that, the whole thing blacked out, and then the dude inside the newsroom, all of a sudden he was like, we don't know what happened, but Hillary was there, and he started talking like a lot of positive things about Hillary.
All right, look,
so it's like there's money being put in their pockets on these major
check it out.
news stations.
So like, you know, I stress, right? I don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in the process of learning. This is something.